Hi, this is the Phantom Minis YouTube channel. You join me today. I'm just working my way through a Cad Bane miniature that I picked up before the May the 4th event, when we saw that mercenaries or scum bounty hunters were going to become important with the next wave of miniatures we've got coming down the line. Now on May 4th, many of you probably bought like armies and what have you. I picked up some clones to go alongside my complete rebel force and my fairly decent sized Imperial force, and my clone force is probably my second biggest now, as I already had a few items like the Wookiees and Yoda and the tank and some clones. So the phase 1 force we got on May the 4th seemed good, but today I wanted a simple model to have a little paint with. I'm working on some Imperial Knights for Warhammer 40k and thought it might be fun to paint something a bit different, like a single mini. So I've got up to this point so far. This is just sticking the model together in the pose that I liked. After that, I did a simple spray base coat with Rattlecam primer. I just use a cheap pound shop primer that I make sure I shake it well and it goes on really nicely. I've then just put all over the model a coat straight after the primer of Reikland Flesh Shade and let it dry. After it dries, you can still see some of the areas. So on the arm here, that's what it'll look like, and it just brings out definition in the detail. So then after that, what I find, because my old eyes don't spot things as easily, is just same on the backpack there. Actually, I'll use a paintbrush to point. So on the backpack as well, that is just a base coat with Reikland Flesh Shade on top. To allow me to see where the detail is. Makes it a bit easier painting. So then after that, I've been working my way through the contrast paints. So we used Gorgrunter Fur on the coat, which is really nice. We used, what else we got? Skeleton Horde for the hat. Oh, that's not going to go into focus at all. Hang on. There it is. We used some Basilicanum Grey to do these boots. Some wildwood mixed in with some Skeleton Horde to make the trousers look a bit different, so they're not all the same browns. And then snakebite leather onto things like the gun holsters and like other little details. And the strap was a mixture of some of the dark colours like the wildwood again. I also did the standard lead belcher GW paint on the guns, and I put some dark colours on things like the pipes into the neck. So that's where we are. So I thought it'd be fun, as I haven't done a video for a while. I keep getting distracted. I hate doing editing at the moment. I find with the computer I have at the moment that editing is just a pain. So it's been putting me off, but I promised myself I'd try and do 52 videos in a calendar year, just one a week, as a little challenge to myself. And so today, I spent so much time today painting that it'd be a good idea to video me doing it. So I'm just going to apply some blue to the face and try to stay inside. Just realised my mouth is really close to the microphone, so I'll whisper a little bit. So this is going to be a nightmare for keeping in focus. Trying our best. Oh, we got some on the hat. Oh no. Not used to painting and there we go. Might need to do, this is an incredibly tiny gap we've got to try and fit our paintbrush in to get the blue in without getting it all in the wrong places. There we go. Not terrible. We do have a hat to fix though. So this is obviously Cad Bane from Star Wars Legion. Where's my light? Hang on. let's pop up the, there we are. His hat is actually doing a really good job of being a hat. Let's get some water in there nice and quick. Okay, and then we could do with a Q-tip or a cotton bud. So bash the camera. So this is where some editing would work really well. So we're using contrast Talisar blue for the skin tone. What we need is a very small amount of alcohol. IPA on a cotton bud. I'll just try and do this fast before it dries completely. There we go. Okay, so we got it off the hat, which is great, but we've also done his face in. Not ideal, but that's okay. Face is easily fixable. So we need him to be dry so we can fix the fix. So what I do when I want them to dry fast is I have, let's just turn it off to the side here. I have a fan. And I'll just pop the fan on, blow some air over the miniature, put it in front. If I've got something I want to dry for a while, I'll just put it on the table and have the fan blow air. There we go. Lovely job. Pop the fan back off. Right, so now he's got some accidental highlighting, which is sort of funny because this might actually work in our favour. So I did want to highlight his nose and we've accidentally done it by taking the blue away. So what I'm going to do, put some blue on a palette off to the side here and try my best to get in and just ever so lightly fill in the blue, but not quite as much. And taking paint off my brush again. Try and there we go. We need light behind us. There we go. Well, we can be on the to-do list. There we are. Right, so he needs his hands doing as well. According to the picture, he's wearing gloves. So let's see what we can do to a glove-wearing gentleman. But they've got finger holes. So he just needs there. This one's going to be an absolute pain. There we go, not terrible. Contrast paint is fantastic. The only downside is it's so thin that it's incredibly easy to get it where you don't want it. Can't see if we're now in focus on the camera because I'm staring intently. Trying to make it there we go. It's not terrible. Quick. And there we are. So his fingers are now blue on his left hand. Right hand. So I have to disappear, I'm afraid, for a moment. One, two, three fingers. So yeah, I don't know what I want this channel to become. I played a lot of X-Wing, hence the X-Wing video with the large collection. But X-Wing involves a lot of travelling. Travelling is currently very expensive. The X-Wing community is currently shattered into pieces. So all of that makes playing X-Wing hard. Here we go. So it's really hard to show off the other hand. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so the other part is these arm parts. I'm thinking a light grey with a hint of blue in it. So I'm thinking Fenrisian grey because it's a bluey grey. It's very light. Give that a good shake. Continue with this very tiny, I'm using a 000 brush, which is unnecessarily small, but really this is for eyes and stuff, but I have plenty of brushes, so happy just to get them in here and have a little bit of my hand in the way. Just want all of this coated. You know what would be really helpful? It'd be really helpful if we were slightly further away. One day I will figure out how to keep the Mini in focus. Midwinter Minis does a fantastic job of making this look easy. It is not easy. There are bits where you're like, oh, I'll just turn it this way, and then that's perfect for me for painting it. But for you guys, it's then very hard to see. So yeah, I wanted to tie in his skin colour with the grey effect I wanted, because I will be putting an all over Army Painter dark tone to seal my model at the end anyway. All of this is actually quite metallic, it's gauntlets, but the flesh shade I put on the beginning is really helpful because it shows me where there are flat panels. There you go. Sorry, you can have it coming from about there. There we go. Share our ability to see. There we are. So, got a good basic outline of metals, which are currently don't look anything like a metal, but they will. Sort of a nice look. Let's see if I can get in. I come across here, push it back a bit. There we go. Much nicer. Gonna go straight over the controls because the controls will get highlights anyway of colours. And just, oh. Sure, Cad Bane, you just refuse to be in focus. And I'll quickly take him away just to do the inside butchers. No chance I can do that on camera until I figure out a better camera setup. Promise there's not a second Cad Bane that looks decent in the background. Just one mediocre Cad Bane. There we go. Quickly finishing up the edges. There we go. So, he's got blue, which currently looks crazy compared to everything else. Everything else looks nice because contrast makes everything look nice. However, by having that blue, when I put the detail in and pick out his gloves, so at the moment, now we can actually tell where his gloves are. So he's got Should probably wash this just to be on the safe side. Where are we? Yeah, so we got blue fingers, then glove, then gauntlet, all with a weapon. So that should be quite nice. So we'll let that dry, and we'll stick a wash on it. Then we'll pick out the detail, and we'll do the gloves, and it should look cool. So that's the sort of stuff I've been doing. 15 minutes, God blimey, I do apologise if anyone's sat watching this. Just to do a bit of skin colour and a bit of gauntlets. So what I have been messing around with recently is 3D printing some armatures. So we have everything here is 3D printed. We have a magnet on the base. We actually have two bases. We have a 100mm base round 1mm thick that I printed because the bases that I printed for these came out at 97mm, which is weird. So 3D printed FDM base, a resin miniature. So currently the legs came in two legs and then the body, so this is 3 parts off the printer. Then got the main body part, which I haven't stuck down yet. So that is one part with a carapace as a second part, which I've stuck the carapace on one, so you can see the difference on this one. So it'll be like this, so on and so forth. And then they have a selection, I'll try and just, of weaponry and bits and bobs. Having said all that, because I'm starting a night army, I did pop along to my friendly local gaming store and buy the new Night Armatures box. So I will have 2 official out of the box Night Armatures and 2 3D printed. For fun more than anything else, the enjoyment of making. I think people get slightly too concerned that 3D printing is somehow going to stop GW making money or your friendly local gaming store. No, everything is still purchased, it's just more things are made because they can be. And then likewise for the knights, we have a 3D printed knight body. We have other knight parts literally in the printer at the moment. There's a carapace outside that is currently just drying. Some bits, like I think these are some of the flak guns for the top of it, and so on and so forth. And then it probably won't even fit on the screen, it's that large. But we also have, from the FLGS, Canis Rex. It is too big, even if I put it really far at the back. So I haven't even opened Canis Rex, and I've had him over a week. I've been so busy just trying to catch up on Necromunda stuff and Legion stuff and everything else. So yeah, building the armatures first. So I'm looking forward to finishing the 3D printed armatures and knight, and then making the official armatures and knight. So there'll be 4 armatures and 2 knights, and just enjoying the difference between the two. From the Necromunda side, been messing around with scenery, just building the market set, putting things together. There's so much terrain. I picked up so much terrain recently, so I now have 9 tiles, the market set, the gang stronghold, most of it now built, so I'll show off a little bit of it. So most of this week has been trying to put together terrain, so just keeping it simple with basic colours. So you should just be able to see in there. Let's use the paintbrush again for pointing purposes. Ooh, hello. So there is obviously silver, black and silver, and then you should be able to just see some muddy dirt everywhere, or rust. That sort of terrain. We've got fun pieces like the tower Move these arms out of the way, just launch them. So that's the top of the tower for the... Oh yeah, and it's currently with paper on it because I laid it down to dry and forgot that paper sticks to things, so that will need to be fixed. We'll do the nice side. Yeah, so it's looking decent. All of this is painted with cheap craft paint, not with nice GW paint or any brand paint. It's literally cheap craft paint. It's actually from the works and was 2 for £10. So acrylic paint black from the works and acrylic paint silver from the works mixed together, and then a big brush all over, and it actually looks quite nice. And then I made a wash out of the same paint, and yeah, it's not going to win any awards, but instead of being some grey plastic, it is some silvery black plastic. That actually looks quite nice, and then you can see all the little bits of burnt umber. Now the burnt umber, to create the dirt effects, which are all over, and hopefully you can see. The works again, Crawford and black, like classic works £2 acrylic burnt umber paint. All just mixed in. And then for a bit of fun, made so you can tell the wash in some places hasn't really worked, and in other places has worked quite nicely. On the back, trying to make the tarp look interesting, a little bit of wet blending. Yeah, just some market stalls. So we've got 2 big ones, 2 small ones, the water tower. Yeah, it's all looking good. Terrain should be usable for anything, it's all size appropriate, so even in Legion. We could have Cad Bane stood at a Juliet style balcony looking off. Anyway, that's 22 minutes of nonsense rambling about what I've been up to and a little bit of painting. It's probably plenty. I will pop this up for you. Please like videos. If you want to subscribe, that would be much appreciated. It will generally be a little bit more coherent than this video. I'm still hoping to play catch up and see how many videos I've posted, how many videos I should have posted, and then play catch up and do some more. The Knight Army will get a lot of video time going forward. I've got the codex, I've got the data cards, I have the 9th edition rule set book coming in the post, and yeah, we've got 4 armatures to paint, well, many building parts still to do and then painting, and 2 knights to paint, and then I'll still need a 3rd knight as well, so I don't know if I'm going to 3D print the odd numbered one or buy it or whatever, we'll figure that out. So that'd be fun, put lots of it on the channel. And then from FFG, now AMG product, there is new product coming, so as and when it arrives I'll do some unboxing, and I want to do the full Armada collection video as I own everything ever released for Armada, so put that out there. I think I'm going to do that when the print and play cards arrive. So Armada recently received some upgrades, you could more cards to play more of your ships for other factions, and so I bought some printed versions of those cards rather than printing them out on myself on a printer from a third party, so when they arrive it might be a good opportunity to do a full Armada, everything ever made for Armada video. We have everything ever made for Imperial Assault as well, so maybe a video of that, and lots of Legion content as well, so yeah, just fun times. Hopefully make some fun videos, hopefully get some subscribers so that more people can enjoy just hearing me ramble on. But anyway, thank you very much. Bye bye now.